it possible to grow a gaming channel in 2025? Nope. Actually, it is. Just look at all these gaming channels that have taken off over the last 12 months. Let's take a look at the 2 strategies for growing a gaming channel that actually work today, how to get started, and how to put together an algorithm-crushing content strategy that won't take 3 years of grinding videos to work. If you want to produce high volume and relatively low effort gaming content such as highlights, walkthroughs, tutorials and breakdowns, then yes, the existing gaming market is oversaturated. As proof, here's me searching Minecraft videos uploaded in the last 24 hours and scrolling until I get to the bottom of the list. Except I didn't get to the bottom of the list because there's tens of thousands of videos to scroll through.
However, there is hope yet.
When new games are on the horizon that are not part of an existing franchise, if there is a private alpha or beta release key where you can get your hands on it and join early, you can start releasing content before 99% of other people, which means you could catch some early viewers who are keen to see the game before the release date. It's not that hard to get access either. Take this recent example of Delta Force. If you go to the game developer's website, you'll find a form to populate requesting to join the closed alpha. Since most gamers are not aware of this as a possibility, the volume of applicants is really low, so your chance of getting accepted is relatively high. So you should identify 5 games on the horizon that you think are interesting and that have potential of being really popular, and apply for the beta keys on them, and you'll likely get accepted into at least one. But how do you actually find these games before anybody else? If you want to be first in line, look at a game developer's website and their annual report, as these usually refer to games in their pipeline well before trailers are released and before the alpha or betas are announced. By picking these out and staying on top of the website's news page, you can apply for the closed alpha or beta on day 1. Then it's time to quickly download the game, boot up, and familiarize yourself with the game in the first hour. Then pause. And before pressing record, have a game plan. You need a content strategy, which means the way you play the game should be intentional. Your content strategy needs a few components, such as, you need viral potential. This could be a video titled something like, "This game is Mario Kart meets Fall Guys," which spikes curiosity. This would be your first impressions and an overview of the game, effectively a sales pitch to the viewer to get interested in the game, but also a sales pitch into you as a credible and entertaining source of information. Your videos need to be value add. Before the game comes out, viewers want to understand what they might be buying, so you should cover topics such as game mechanics, performance, bugs, and the future roadmap of the game. Some games build out lore and history well before release. Study this, become an expert of the game, and this will help broaden the type of content you can produce on it. You don't have to be a pro gamer, but you do need to be competent. The key to success on pre-release gaming videos is being informative and, if possible, entertaining. But don't worry if you're shy or introverted, as your personality can flourish later down the line, since on day 1, gamers want cold, hard facts, and stats, and insights into the game. They want to know about titty physics, not your hockey beer league. That being said, you must be wary of the gaming channel graveyard. This is where YouTubers who only post videos on one game end up, as inevitably the game's interest will dry up and your audience will fatigue. So whilst you're uploading beta or alpha content, make sure to drip feed your audience content on other games so they're accepting of you branching out more broadly in the future. In a sea of gameplay screenshot thumbnails, in order to stand out, you have 2 options. Firstly, create a fake gameplay thumbnail. This is where you use either Photoshop or an in-game engine to recreate an epic custom-looking scene specifically for this thumbnail. It is time-consuming and expensive to outsource. However, it will make you stand out over the crowd, giving you a high click-through rate, which is the 3rd most important metric in the YouTube algorithm. 2. A non-gameplay thumbnail. This is your opportunity to be really creative and try and capture the essence of the game and your video, but in an original way. The downside here is you risk people overlooking it if they don't clock what the video is about instantly from the thumbnail, in which case you can partially resolve this by putting the title of the game in your video's title. Although this is not necessarily for all videos. When you upload a gaming video, the most important setting is to check that the content type is set as gaming, and set exactly what game it is. This way, YouTube has a very clear indication of what audience to market the video to, and it also means that you don't have to put the name of the game in the title, giving you unlimited flexibility to create a unique and engaging title, not one slobbered with SEO jargon. The alternate route to growing a gaming channel in 2025 requires allowing your creativity to blossom. Don't think of your gaming channel as competing against other existing YouTube gamers. This is the wrong approach. What you need to do is produce novelty and intrigue, and in doing so, carve out a space for original content on your game of choice, and that's exactly what Mr. Brolo has done here. With only 13 videos posted in 12 months, he has amassed 37k subscribers and 3.5 million views. But the important part is how. He has first niched down to just content on the game Project Zomboid, a multiplayer single-player PC-based pixelated survival game. The result is the YouTube algorithm has a very easy time finding the right audience to recommend his videos to, making his chances of having a good click-through rate really high from his very first video. But more importantly, he has a clear narrative structure to his videos, with his opening teasing the concept of the video and leaving you desperate to find out how his journey will play out. And I say journey because these videos are story structured. Take this video for example, where he poses the question if you've ever wondered what surviving in a zombie apocalypse is like. Of course you have. We all have delusions about that, and he's going to explore that over the course of a long format video. Then, notice how he's not just sloppily showing gameplay either. He's picking out interesting parts of his play experience and narrating it, giving the viewer context and a deeper sense of his experience. This makes his videos incredibly immersive. Let's take a look at another example. Don't you just wish that your comment section was this positive? This is Vellum's channel, whose main skill is being really good at research and condensing that into digestible content for keen gamers. He explores the lore of games like Diablo and Path of Exile, which achieve three things. 1. The games have overlapping audiences so your reach is wider than focusing on just one game. 2. It reduces audience fatigue as the topic between videos can vary more regularly since you're not focusing on just one game. And 3. He's not competing directly with Diablo or Path of Exile streamers. This is not a battle of who's the best gamer or who posts the most gameplay videos. He has carved out a clear subsection of the game's audience which complements the broader body of gameplay that exists. But do you spot any mistakes here on Vellum's channel that could have helped his growth? No, well, I do. If your ambition for your channel is scale, then he should have diversified which games he was going to explore sooner, so his audience would be less resistive to change. Or he could have picked a more popular game which would have innately had more viewing potential, although then he'd be risking facing more competition. But if your goal is more modest, then this is a good model for growing your gaming channel and finding a place within the community of that specific game. Before you start your gaming channel, you'll probably debate, shall I be a Twitch streamer or YouTuber? After all, streaming has less competition, so does that mean I'm more likely to be discovered? Well, not really. Because when you're streaming, you only have one opportunity to impress the audience with your current live setup, instead of a full catalogue of videos spanning multiple topics within your game of interest. The other issue with streaming is you are pigeonholing yourself into a certain format. That is free-flowing live gameplay. So your best bet is to start on YouTube with whatever format of videos you want to produce, and then having cultivated an audience within a specific area of gaming, start Twitch or YouTube streaming later when your audience is craving more of you, not just more content on that specific game. If you want help with growing your gaming channel, comment advice below and I'll take a look at your channel.